Welcome to day 107 of our school year. Let's go ahead and get this down. "73 school days left. Okay, let's get down our beginning fraction. We have a total of 180 school days, and we are on day 107. Alright, so let's first think, is our numerator prime or composite? It's not even, so that doesn't tell me anything. 1 plus 0 plus 7 is 8. 8 is not a multiple of 3. I'm going to look and see if 107 may be prime. 107 is circled, so yes, it is prime. And if it's prime, if our numerator is prime, then our prime factorization is done, because the only prime number I can divide by is that number. So we just have to do the prime factorization of our denominator. Let's see, I ends in a 0 or 5, so I can divide by 5. I can get 35s out of 180, because that would be 150, leaving 30. And I can get 6 groups of 5 out of 30. 36, I can divide by 3, because 3 plus 6 is 9, and 9 is a multiple of 3. I can get 10 3s out of 30, and 2 3s out of 6. I can again divide by 3, I get 4. Divide by 2, I get 2. So I'm going to get down my prime factorization. 2 times 2 times 3 times 3 times 5. And in the numerator, it's 107. Do we have any factors in common? Any 2s or 3s or 5s up here? Any 107? Nope, so our greatest common factor is 1. And that leaves 107 in the numerator and 180 in the denominator. So let's go ahead and make our groups of 1. Done. Our total groups of 1 is 180. Our total groups of 1 shaded in is 107. Now let's go ahead and prove it with our algorithm. So we're going to divide both by 1. So I can do 100 times 1 is 100. Numbers the same, zeros a game. More on top, no need to stop. Numbers the same, zeros a game. Bring that 80 up here. 80 times 1 is 80. Numbers the same, zeros a game. Add these together, I get 180. Okay, here, 100. 100 times 1 is 100. More on top, no need to stop. Numbers the same, zeros a game. Numbers the same, zeros a game. Okay, 7 times 1 is 7. Numbers the same, zeros a game. Add these together, I get 107. Okay, so now I need to check divisor times quotient plus remainder, divisor times quotient plus remainder. Since our remainder is 0 for both, and the identity property of addition says when you add 0 it stays the same, I don't need to add 0. But what I end up with here, and why the groups of 1 work the way they do, is that I have the identity property of multiplication that says when you multiply by 1, it stays the same. One group of 0 is 0. One group of 8 tens is 8 tens. One group of 100 is 100. One group of 7 is 7. One group of 0 is 0. One group of 100 is 100. 107, that matches our dividend. 180, that matches our dividend. So our numerator is definitely 107, and our denominator is definitely 180. Alright, let's go ahead and fill in our data collection page. Okay, trimester 2, week 10. Today is 2/7/2020, and our fraction for today is 107/180th. 107 is a prime number. It is not a factor of 180. So that means our greatest common factor is 1. And that means we made groups of 1. And when that's the case, you don't have to get out your number line. But I do like to show you here is today, and that there's no lines lined up underneath, because this is our simplest form, or our equivalent fraction in lowest terms. Okay, so go ahead and erase your worksheet, and thank you for joining me.